everyone, my name is Perplexion. Welcome to another Wizard101 video. Today I'm going to go ahead and show my level 170 life setup. This setup is pretty important to me because, I'm main wife. I've had main wife for many years. Instead of only showing my attack setup, I will also show my healing setup. Before we get this started, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want more of this type of content. I would definitely also recommend it. I would love to get to 100 subscribers at some point, and I think that would be pretty amazing if we do reach that at some point. So, with that out of the way, let's just get started. First of all, for my hat, I have the Bold Dreamer hood. If you want, you can go ahead and rock the Aeon hat. I got this from Malice. You can go ahead and get the Malice Rex's badge. If you want to craft this, it's not too bad to craft, but you don't really have to go for the Dreamer hat if you don't want to. You can stick with Aeon and you'll be fine. I have the Melody Row. If you don't do raids, you can go ahead and get the Nightmare code if you want it. You can also go ahead and get the Forbidden Library code. Those are pretty nice alternatives, especially when it comes to damage. The Bold Dreamer row or the Aeon row, they're alright, but I don't really recommend them due to lack of damage. But if you do want to go for them, you can. Now, for my boots, I have the Bold Dreamer boots. You can go ahead and use Aeon if you want. They're both really the same thing. The Reaver boots don't even help you increase in damage or pierce. It's not a huge necessity if you don't want to go for the Reaver boots. They are nice, but the Aeon boots will serve you just fine. For my wand, I have the Fairy Come Umbrella. I got this for the Shad rating instead of the Pip Conserve, which is a Bold Dreamer for Boomerang ass. I prefer the umbrellas or really only any form with Shad rating because I prefer Shad rating over Pip Conserve. I think it's definitely more useful when it comes to PvE. And I love to use Shad spells, because who doesn't like using Shad spells in PvE? Like, Shad rating, well, at least low Shad rating, kind of messes you up. So you don't really want to have low Shad rating. At least in PvE. It's not the end of the world. If you have low Shad rating, I prefer having at least 2 pieces. Anyways, this is the Bold Dreamer knife. This is a pretty nice thing, Nothing too special about this. I just suck at damage, health, a sharpened blade. Called it a day. I would definitely go for this over Aeon. Unless you want to keep the triangle socket, I guess. But at that point, you might as well go after the taking no boot Athane, which is what I mentioned in many other gear videos I've done for this. For the amulet, I have the Bold Dreamer one. It's pretty nice. I like it. Nothing too special about this either. You can get this from Crash Bandicoot. My ring is also not that important. Like, most of this is Dreamer stuff. But you can get this from Freddy Croker, I believe. Now my pet, I'm just rocking a Quad Mighty type pet. Quick damage with Thinking Cap or Mighty Socketed could also work. I still have pretty good resist and damage when it comes to having this type of pet right here. And plus, I like it. It's pretty cute. Now for my mount, I have the Life Culture. I really only have this mount because, I spent crowns many years ago. Oh yeah, and by the way, don't mind these stats right here. These are my real stats. I just lost connection recently, and sometimes when that happens, this kind of a display error. So I don't really have touch damage. I have more than that. So we'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, this is my Life Culture. It's not really unnecessary amount. It's only 3 damage, I went for this way back then. I believe before the Primitive packs came out. I could be wrong, but yeah. And really for my deck, is this a Dreamer deck? That's it. That's it. Now nothing all that important. Yeah, the attack setup for the most part is just Green Reaver, not that special, not all that cool. But this is where it's supposed to get a bit fun. So my healing setup, I like this setup a lot more. It was more fun for me to build, more fun for me to try out things. So let's go ahead and get the hat out of the way. The Bold Dream Sucker hat. I really like this hat because of the defense. It's kind of like an upgrade from the Eternal hat. You know, it's pretty nice, pretty solid. I like it. Really the only thing you lose out on is crit rating, but that doesn't really matter for me when I have loads of outgoing already. Now the robe. The Spooky Carnival suit. I've had this for many years and I'm not sure if you can get this anymore. Or if you don't want to spend money in general, I kind of have another alternative. You can use the Rasputin robe, though there's plenty of sacrifices that come with using this robe. So while you do gain loads of outgoing, I could be wrong, but I think this is the robe that has the most outgoing in the game by far. But you lose pip chance, you lose resist, you lose health, like you lose loads of stuff. But if you can make this robe work, then good on you, you know. I did make this robe work before, but I eventually switched back to the Spooky Carnival robe because, you know, I lost too much defense. And you know, 7 outgoing isn't very worth it when you're losing like vertical resist, loads of health. It's not worth it in my opinion. But if you don't want to spend money, this could be a solid alternative. Now for my boots, I have the Unreal Wraps of Health. Really, I'm not planning to craft the Daemon boots because I'm not sure how good they are. But considering I don't do PvE, I think it's mostly safe to say that I shouldn't be needing to craft them with these boots. So these are kind of like an upgrade from the Eternal boots. But if you don't do raids, then I would most definitely recommend getting the Eternal boots, or I would recommend getting Dream Sucker boots. Either way, these boots are kind of good. I think the Dream Sucker boots are better than these, but I'm not going to craft another pair of Dreamer boots. I'm not going to do that, just for some other boots, where I have these boots already. For my wand, I have the Emerald Cayman Scepter. Really, this gives 28 outgoing if you go ahead and socket it with the outgoing healing. The Sword of Kings is still pretty good to this day if you don't want to use money, use crowns, stuff like that. If you don't want to buy a bundle, because I know this is one bundle one, that's pretty good. But if you don't want to spend all that money, if you don't want to do all that, the Sword of Kings is pretty easy to get. Just go into the Keep of Ganawan, draw the Sword of Kings as a Life Wizard, of course, then there you go. You got your sword. 25 outgoing, pretty good. Now, I still have the OG Morganth of Fame, because as far as I know, this gives the most outgoing. At least it's a Fame. Gives the most outgoing in this game. Or really it doesn't. There's actually a Fames in the Bazaar that give more outgoing. But I just prefer this, you know, because of the stats, the sockets. I like this Fame a lot. I have the Great Inventor's Life Amp. I really only have this for the double square socket, you know. Instead of socketing health, I decided outgoing. Because why not? This is pretty nice. I like it. Nothing too much to say about this. I guess you could rock stuff like maybe the Fairy Kai amulet, other amulets like that, you know, just for the double square socket. Now, I still have to store on the other side to this day. This is a really nice thing. You can get this from various bosses in Avalon. I forgot what you got this from, but I know that I got this quite a while from bosses in Avalon. So, if you want this ring, it definitely doesn't hurt to go for it. You can have loads of outgoing if you have these two jewels right here. Loads of outgoing. Over 40. Pretty amazing. Now my pet. This is my healing pet. Double resist, medic, 2 May casts. That's better. So I had my jewel off for a second. I forgot I was doing almond runs, so I was using that pet. So this is a pretty nice healing pet all around, especially for PvE. The car doesn't matter, the body doesn't matter. You can just rock with anything, just as long as it has stats high enough. You're pretty good. This isn't a significant amount. It's only 2% outgoing, but you don't have to pay 9k crowns for this if you don't want to. And I promise, it's not that hard to get it either, at least in my experience. You can get this from Warlord Minac, I believe. I think he's the only boss who drops it. You can get that from him in the Borealis Peaks and Polaris, I believe. I think he's the final boss there in that dungeon. It's not too hard to get this from this boss, I believe. I could be wrong, maybe I just got lucky. But I'm like free for that guy. So if you don't want to go for the Mammoth mini mount though, you don't have to. Definitely, you don't have to. It's only 2% outgoing, it's not a game changing thing. But if you want as much outgoing as you could get, then definitely go for this. Now my final piece is the Vivid Imperial Court deck. This deck isn't all that important. I really only have it for the Circle Socket for my healing. I guess the Dark Surge is pretty nice. Now I kind of forgot to show off my stats, start with my offensive ones, but first I'll go ahead and show off my stats right here. Damage doesn't matter, 73 resist, can't fizzle spells, all this doesn't matter, 229 outgoing, which, believe it or not, I can get more, but I need a bundle 1, and I corrupt the Rasputin roll, but I lose so much defense on that. Max pip chance and shatter rating doesn't matter all that much either, but it's pretty nice. And for my offensive setup, I have 228 damage, 44 resist, 34 accuracy, 35 pierce, max pip chance, double shad. So really, that's pretty much both my sets right there. I do hope some of the alternatives I suggested though do help out. It is pretty fun playing life, at least in my opinion, because I can work with various setups. I can get better outgoing, I can get more health, more defense, you know? And the fact that we can now have square sockets with healing jewels is just amazing. So if you guys want to see another video like this, be sure to hit the subscribe button, like the video, you know? And I just want to apologize for really sucking at speaking. I really do suck at speaking. I'm trying to work on it, trying to do things in one take, trying to slow down when it comes to speaking. I've been having this problem for quite a while, so I really would love if you could bear with me for the meantime, you know. I will keep practicing with speaking, especially when I'm recording. I will keep on trying to do things in one take. If I have to retake, I will. If I have to cut things out, I will. But in general, thank you for understanding. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time.